Greetings gamers, FiOth here, and in this video I am going to explain how agility works in Wulong Foilan Dynasty. If you're coming from either a Souls-like background like Neo or any of the Souls games, Elden Ring, you probably know what agility tiers are. It is the weight of what you have on your person and how it affects movement. In Wulong, they took this a step further. I had to experiment throughout my 10 plus hours of the game to understand what the differences are, but they can be quite substantial, so pay attention and I will explain what I mean. So we're here in the hidden village, we're not in any danger, and I am currently at weight rank A. If you see, my equipment weight is blue, and that is because the accumulation of my weight across the board is 24.3% of my possible weight before I go overboard and start getting really big handicaps when it comes to how I can dodge and move around. So if you are on blue weight, you should be moving like this. The character can literally fly across the battlefield, and as you notice my morale gauge, I don't get tired by doing that at all. I'm gonna demonstrate again. The dodges don't take away any of my agility, and that portion of orange that you see is only my initial deflect attempt. At this weight limit, it takes 3 deflect attempts to deprive me of 1 bar of morale. It goes just above the first bar. So if you want to be really nimble and be able to get in and out of danger in the flash of an eye, you should go agility A. This game is so reliant on deflecting that moving around like an armored vehicle is not really gonna help you as much as being nimble and able to dictate where, when and how you fight. Unlike Neo, this is a very acrobatic game with loads of vertical gameplay, and as thus mobility is key to success. Let's check the other weight limits though. I'm gonna change a couple of things. I'm gonna wear this yellow turban commander armor and go to weight B. That is green, as you can see on the bottom right. 1 deflect attempt now is half a bar, as you can see there. 2 deflect attempts will fill an entire bar. And as you can see here, I do an aerial flip, and then I do this roll, and every time I apply a press of the dodge button, I lose a chunk of my morale. So this automatically deprives me of the ability to do this forever pretty much, and also takes more morale for that initial dodge attempt or parry attempt. Up to this point, you're still pretty nimble, and there is a balance for sure when it comes to how much defense you can have and how much mobility you can have. But as you can see, it is still a very substantial difference. Now let's go over what would happen if I was heavier, reaching the yellow state. Now I'm tier C. I cannot fly around at all. Every press of the dodge button is very taxing to my morale gauge. And the morale gauge withdraws from the orange portion very, very slowly. 1 attempt to deflect is 3/4 of a bar. No flying around, no acrobatics. I move pretty much like a stone. So what does that tell us? If we want to be as nimble as possible, we want to lower the overall weight. There is also another aspect of the weight mechanic that we should be aware of. Weapons like the dual swords inherently benefit from light equip load. As you can see here, increases HP damage dealt based in proportion to the lightness of your equip load. So the lighter you are, in cases like these weapons, the more damage you actually deal. You can understand the heaviness of each piece by this little icon next to the artwork, the weight category of this armor. But if you go into the red, your mobility is pretty much done for. You move like a trunk, and dodging and deflecting becomes extremely taxing and is very, very limited. Word of advice, I was playing about 6.5 hours on stream today, and I was just mixing and matching what I had. It was, you know, a pedestrian experience, I'm gonna put it like that. I was moving around pretty slowly, but surely, was able to dodge and evade certain attacks. But once I changed my equipment and went with an actual build, my experience totally changed. Like, you can see that I literally fly around and there is no loss of moral gauge as I am doing it. What you need to have your eyes on is the weight be below 25% and the letters should be blue. I think it will make for a much more enjoyable experience because the game is very mobility oriented. There are certain accessories and even perks on the equipment itself that allows you to reduce your overall weight. They are stated as weight reduction, and as you have them on each equipment piece, they will make said equipment piece lighter, and thus your total load will be lighter. The stat associated with your ability to wear stuff is Earth Virtue, affects the equipment weight limit and the amount of spirit gain when deflecting an attack. That means that as you increase this, your leniency towards reaching specific tiers will increase. So if you were wearing, let's say, 30 kilos of armor and you were in the green, increases Virtue will make it so your threshold will be 40 or 50 kilos of armor to stay in the blue. So by putting points in Earth Virtue, you are helping, of course, your deflect spirit gains, but you are also helping your overall weight become more manageable, and thus you will be more nimble in combat. I hope you like this vid, guys. I will be covering everything in Wulong as I did with Neo 2, Neo 1, Elden Ring, Dark Souls 3, and so many other games like this. I will also be streaming the game, so if you enjoy this kind of content, sub, like, share, hit the notification bell, and until next time, be well, stay frosty, and always strive for perfection. Cheers!